Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Nyax Micheka. Had to put my mobile phone down. We need to talk about something serious here. We from different countries. A lot of us. We have Asians. We have Africans. We have Chinese. We have Americans. But I don't know why in all these different types of race, I don't know why most of us Africans, we are being hated by these other races like Americans and the Chinese. The reason as to why I'm saying that, it's because you have seen the recent events that are happening in China. There's a lot of racism there. People are being evicted from their homes. Already they have paid rents. They have done nothing. Some of them are not there illegally. I have to speak about this because guys, this is very serious. I don't know why these people they are trying to hate us. At the same time, we don't hate them. When they come to Africa, to our own countries, we welcome them in a very special way. But when it comes to them, when we go to their own countries, they don't welcome us. They just disrespect us. They hold their noses when we are passing by next to them. I don't know. The reason as to why I'm saying this is I've been watching a lot of social media. The events that have been happening for the last few days. There's a lot of shit going on in China, and people are ignoring this. The Chinese government is saying there is nothing happening like that. It's a serious thing. Like us Africans, we need to open eyes, guys. This racism is not good, because we Africans, we are not racist at all. We have never done any racist thing to anybody. Why are these people doing this to us? So guys, as I was saying, there's a lot of racism going on, mostly during these events of coronavirus. There's a lot of racist. If you can see in America, they are saying that a lot of Africans are getting coronavirus than this other race. That comparison can bring a lot of problems in the world we are living today. Let's go back to China. The reason as to why I decided to make this video, I'm trying to be an influencer. I'm not trying to be an influencer, but I decided to join YouTube. So in case I see something that I'm not happy about, as long as it's affecting the whole community or the entire race, we as Africans, we have to speak out. We have to say something. So whichever place you're watching from, I had to speak about this because I have a friend who is in China, and I called them. They even called me right now. They are in quarantine, but they are being forced to be in quarantine. They were evicted from their houses. And then I compared it with the other videos that I've been watching on social media. That's when I noticed, man, this thing is serious. These Chinese, they don't like us. But coming to Africa, there are so many of them in our country. Back in Kenya, there are so many. But for them, they don't like us at all. So I'm not saying all the Chinese people are bad, but I think the entire China, there's a lot of racism there, because more than 1,000 people, when a lot of people complain, then we need to check. We need to check ourselves, and the Chinese themselves, they need to check themselves, because one thing the Chinese people should remember is we have a lot of you guys back in Africa, and if we decide to start our own racism, also we don't want to see you guys back in Kenya or in other African countries. Even the government cannot control its own people. When it comes to that, they will react, people will react very badly, and you guys from China, you won't like it. So it's better your government or you as a person, you create a good relationship with a fellow human being. I was watching some few photos on social media. I see how the Chinese, they are comparing human beings, Africans, with animals. They are putting a human being, animals smiling, and then they put a human being next to it. They're comparing with animals. Why? That's real racism. Even in the United States, guys, there's no such a racism where you're being compared with an animal, and they're putting it in their own museums. It's really unfair when it comes to that. So we as Africans, we need to come together instead of fighting on social media, fighting each other. Let us speak about this racism thing. Let us retaliate. I'm not saying that we should fight. We don't need to fight. The only thing we need to is speak out. That's what we need to do. We speak out. It's our right. If our own governments are not listening to us, then we as the people, we need to do something, because these African governments, most of them, they don't care. All they think about is I will sign a contract with the Chinese people after I'm done with my 10 years as president, as vice president, as maybe ministers, foreign affairs minister, something like that. These Chinese people, they will build me a house or a retirement home where I can stay. Then you're done. But you have put your own people in trouble. Why do our African leaders have such a greed when it comes to taking care of its own people? You should remember that's your country. That's where you will die. That's where you will be buried. Unless you need, you will be buried somewhere else. It's when you will do such a thing to your own African people. Let us work for our own people. Let us work for our own country, for the betterment of our own country. Not giving these Chinese people our jobs back in our countries. They end up dumping their own people coming to work there, and they throw away Africans. They don't want even to pay their own salaries. So guys, we need to do this peacefully. Let us speak out. We avoid this racism thing. This Chinese government needs to respect human beings, the human rights, either Africans or whichever race you come from, man. We don't need such a racism. We don't need Africans. We are being hated all around. I thank God where I am, there is nothing like that. But in China, I have friends there, man, they're crying. There's pure racism. People are being chased away. You cannot take a bus. You're being told we don't want Africans. I saw a signpost. They have a signpost written, we don't want Africans here. It's really bad. So we need to, this Chinese government needs to be answerable about this. They need to give us reason as to why they are doing this, and it's being done publicly. So guys, I had to do this video because I never wanted to do it before, because I felt like it doesn't concern me, but it concerns me as an African, because I'm growing. We are all growing. We are heading there. You don't know when you will ever find yourself being victimized by a Chinese in your own country. You saw the other day in Kenya, a Chinese caning a worker just because he was late to work. Who does that? Where? That's really bad it's disrespecting human beings. Just because I'm an African, that's why you can do that. Let these people stop their superiority. We have our own superiority. Our continent is even bigger than theirs. They need to respect us. They depend on us because our continent provides a lot of natural things that they need for their own development, for them to develop their own countries. Another secret is these Chinese people, maybe they are even trying to take over Africa. See what they are doing. It's really unfair. So guys, if the governments are not working on this racism thing, we need to wake up as Africans. Thank you very much. It's really sad. I don't feel like I never wanted to speak about this, but it has affected also my friends. When I call someone back in China, he's complaining that they're not given food sometimes. They can stay a whole day without food. That's really unfair. So guys, thank you very much. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. As always, stay safe. This coronavirus is not a joke. We all need to stay safe. Wash your hands, make sure you are clean, use a face mask always, and see you next time guys. Thank you. Bye bye.